The poultry industry is being battered by 2 strains of avian flu. Already 1 million chickens have had to be culled to control the outbreak. Let's get the details on this now from Paul Makube. He's a senior agriculture economist at FNB's Agri-business division. Mr. Makube, thank you so much for joining us. I wonder if you could just give us the big picture. What percentage of our country's poultry industry has been affected by this avian flu?
Thank you very much and good evening. Indications are that this is over 20 to 30% of the flock affected. As indicated, you indicated that over 1 million chicken already culled. Concentration mainly in the inland provinces, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Northwest, and parts of the Free State. Which is a big area in terms of the spread of the disease.
That is a huge percentage of our population, of our flock, 20 to 30%. Is the outbreak under control? Have we seen the worst?
Well, indications so far that the spread continues. Authorities indicate that. It's still yet to, get it under control. But indications are further that, there are measures to actually try and mitigate the situation in terms of procuring extra, fertile eggs or importing fertile eggs, and also considering, vaccinations that will ensure that we have continuity of supply. But for the short to medium term, we are going to be hit in terms of the imbalance in the supply and demand situation in the country. Obviously, a huge loss for the farmers from a revenue perspective, and if you consider the fact that the past year has been tough in terms of high feed costs, and when feed costs started moderating this year, then we were hit by load shedding. So they are yet to actually recover, a significant part of their costs, and therefore, this situation with AI, worsens the situation. And for those, those that were in financial strain will actually face, financial ruin personally.
So AI, of course, is avian influenza, and there are 2 strains doing the rounds, I understand. The H7 strain has been predominant in Gauteng, the Western Cape with the H5 strain. Do we know what caused this massive outbreak? Was it under-vaccinating, for example? What caused it?
Well, it's difficult to actually say. Avian influenza mostly come in as a result of wild birds that come in. Infect the farming operations. But also, some lack of biosecurity controls in some instances that may result in actually the spread of the disease. So at the moment, no pinpoint as to exactly what would have, caused the, this widespread of the avian influenza in the country.
Do we have a good vaccination program? Are farmers diligent as they should be? Do we have vaccinations against avian flu?
Obviously, what we know is that there has been, we have. It's not the first time that we're hit by the avian influenza. This time is severe, but. Most of the producers have been adhering to very strict biosecurity protocols. Hence, it is actually difficult to actually pinpoint exactly what could have caused this widespread. But on vaccination, as you asked, indications are that they have to have discussions to expedite the importation of vaccines to. Vaccinate some of the flocks. Obviously, that will be done under very strict control. Identifying those operations that adhere to very strict biosecurity protocols.
So 20 to 30% of the flock affected nationwide, not over the worst yet, it seems, because increasing infections. You mentioned costs. Talk to me about how much this is going to cost the industry and how much the consumer can expect to pay when they buy chickens and eggs.
Well, in terms of the industry cost, the counting, continues. There are reported cases, or on a continuous basis, but it's huge. Over 200 million could be, a minimum at the moment, given the massive culling that we see, and obviously, the lost income that will result from there on. In terms of prices, obviously prices have to gravitate upwards. Obviously, there is also one of the producers has announced a clawback on costs that incurred over the past 12 months due to a combination of higher feed costs and also the load shedding, and it's about the 3 rand per kilogram. That if the situation worsens, we might see even a steeper increase in prices. Obviously, in meat as well as eggs, and obviously the producers have to will have to pay a bit more at the till when they purchase these products in the next few months. An undesirable situation. We did not expect this to happen. It came at a time when food inflation was moderating, and we saw as well meat inflation starting to decelerate. This is obviously not good news for the consumer.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that update. Grim as it is, Paul Makube is a senior agricultural economist at FNB's Agri-business division. We are a chicken-loving nation. This is devastating news. Prices are going to increase. He estimates costs. He says they are counting them. They continue, but at least 200 million rand in losses so far.